Hello everyone, Heinlein here and welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial we will go through how to use Petrovitch together with the shturm and ataka missile. In this video I will only go through how to use Petrovitch as a pilot. I don't really fly in the gunner seat on the Hind, so with that out of the way, let's get started. The Hind can carry two types of air-to-ground missiles. We can carry the shturm missile and we can carry the ataka missile. The difference between these two missiles is that the shturm missile is the oldest one and it has an effective range of roughly 5 kilometers, while the ataka missile have a max range of up to 10 kilometers, I believe, don't quote me on that, and it is slightly faster as well. In terms of use, the atakas and shturms can be related to the Hellfire, but they are quite different in terms of guidance. The Hellfire is guided with lasers and the shturms and atakas are guided via radio. And you can see that I have loaded this aircraft up with both shturms and atakas, and I'm going to show you how to use both of them. And our targets for today is these 4 technicals right here. And I also have a couple of other targets spread around here in case you want to shoot at something else. But before we take off and head off to our target area, we are going to look at some of the key bindings we are going to use. We are going to use the AI helper interference right here. The prepare weapons command right here. The designate target or open fire command to gunner. And we are going to go up here and go to Petrovitch AI helper. And we are going to bind the Petrovitch helper interface left, right, up and down. Again, you can bind this to your HOTAS, but you can also bind them to your key bindings, whatever suits your setup best. Okay, so what I like to do while preparing to taxi, I like to tell Petrovitch to prepare the weapons. The missiles take about 3 minutes to get warmed up and ready to fire, while the rockets only needs about while the rockets only takes like 10 seconds or something. So you should ask Petrovitch to prepare the weapons as quickly as possible. So let's give Petrovitch the command to prepare the weapons. Next up, let's look at the interface. So let's press the show interface button, like so. And this one comes up. And now we are going to press the AI helper left, like so. And this is the countermeasure panel right here. If you press up, we change the interval. If you press right, we change the series. I like to keep them at 4 and 2. If we press down and hold, we're switching to chaffs, but we don't carrying any chaffs today, so we don't need to care about it. But again, if we go helper down long, that means hold, like so. If we press short, then we change which side of the helicopter our countermeasures will release. Let's see outside there. Very noisy here. Right here we can see our countermeasure release pod, you can call it, on the left hand side. And the right side. And by choosing left, right or both, you're choosing which one of them you're going to use. Let's unpause again. So let's remove the countermeasure panel by pressing left short, like so. And if you press AI helper up, we are telling Jester to open up the shutters in the front. This is the shutter, and he will start looking through his periscope for targets. And if we want to close it again, we're going to press AI helper down, like so. And if we press AI helper right, You hear he is rotating between the two different missiles we are carrying. So let's remove the interface again by pressing the AI interface, like so. Now let's take off and let's head for the target area. Oh, of course, remember to turn on the fan, like so. Let's take off.
Weapons ready.
Alright, the weapons are ready. I'm just going to fast forward a little bit till we get to the target. Alright, now we are approaching our targets on our left hand side here. Let's just pause for a little second. Before firing the shturms and attakas, we need to make sure that our weapon selector switch is in off/missile, right here. And of course that your sight is on. This one is up. This one is not necessary, to be honest, but I like to keep it up. And fire control computer is on, and MG rate increase. Those two are again not necessary for this one, but I like to keep it like that as default. And next up we're going to flip the sync switch up and the sight mode switch to auto. Let's just unpause here, like so. That way you get to see where Petrovitch is aiming down here. So let's turn towards our target and let's see what Petrovitch can find. Let's open our interface, like so, and let's look towards where we think our targets are. Let's press AI interface up.
Observe on searching.
It takes like 5 seconds, I believe, before the sight is up. No, I mean 10 seconds. There we go. Okay, let's just pause here. And as you can see, the shutters are now open. And it's not visible on the pilot model, but right now Petrovitch is looking through his little periscope here. Or I mean sight. And if we go back in, we can see that he has managed to find some targets. It only indicates ground targets, and they are yellow. That means he haven't identified whether they are friendly or hostile. But if we get closer, he will be able to identify the targets. So let's move a little bit closer. And by pressing AI interface button down, we can select targets or rotate between the targets. Okay, let's just pause again. Now he has found an APC, that is the technical. If it were, let's say, a AAA unit, it will say AAA, and if it was a SAM launcher, it would say so. So Petrovitch can give you quite a good amount of information here, and let you choose which one you want to prioritize. I always like to prioritize anti-aircraft units first, so I can go in afterwards with guns and rockets. That's just my preference. But let's give Petrovitch the order to focus on this target right here by pressing AI helper right.
Target in sight. Get me closer. Out of range.
And we are not in range. Need to get closer.
Target in range, commander.
Okay, let's give him the launch authority.
Firing.
That is of course this one right here. Open fire command, I mean. And the missile is going. Oh. And you should try to keep the aircraft steady, because it's radio guided. Okay, let's give the command to close the shutters by pressing AI helper down, and let's break away. It is in general a good idea not to get too cocky when doing this, because you might believe it or not, but the enemy shoots back at you. Alright, now we're heading towards the targets again, so let's ask Petrovitch to look for some more targets.
Observe on searching.
And now let's switch to our ataka missiles by pressing AI helper right.
Tracking target.
Oops, I
Get me closer.
forgot to say you can't be in the target menu when doing this, so
Ataka HE.
like so. Now let's press AI helper up again.
Looking for targets.
Seems like you have found something over there, but we want to attack the targets down there, so let's point towards that target and press AI helper up again. First press left and go out of the menu.
Searching.
There we go. Okay, let's give Jester the let's see. Yeah, let's go for this one.
Target inside. In range.
In range, and give him the open fire command.
Firing.
And you also need to be noted that you need to stay inside this little circle right here in order to be able to give him the fire command.
Target destroyed.
Okay, let's break away.
Observe off.
And as you noticed there, he automatically decided to close the shutters once we started to break away. So guys, that is how I use Petrovitch as a pilot when flying the Hind. Of course, you can use the hover function to do pop-up attacks, but I don't really like doing that in the Hind. But I will make a separate video on the hover function. So guys, that is pretty much how I prefer to use Petrovitch as a pilot. You can of course use the hover function and do pop-up attacks, but I prefer to do it this way. But I hope you learned something on how to use Petrovitch and the shturms and ataka missiles. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And let's just do one more attack here. Let's give him the command to look for targets.
Observe on searching.
Let's make sure that we have the ataka missiles.
Ataka HE selected.
There we go. Okay. What do we have here? Something up there as well. Alright.
Target in sight. Target in the range, commander.
And as you notice, we have far better range on the ataka missiles, so open fire.
Engaging.
There we go.
Target destroyed.
There we go.
Observe off.
Okay guys, that is enough for this video. Like and subscribe if you like this content, and I'll see you in the next video.